Hello, this is David Kozik, Chief Spiritual Officer and Senior Minister for the Lovemakers Foundation. We're broadcasting here from Stell's Cafe on the Redlands-Loma Linda border here in California, and it's a pleasure. The food's great, the mocha is wonderful, and I just want to briefly mention our love message for today. I recently gave a talk on love conquering all. Today's talk is drills down a little bit more specific, based on some of my life experience, based on some stories I've heard. And today's love message is that love, 3 lessons of life. Because as we go through life, we get distracted from everything, all the stuff that's happening, whether it's the suicides that are occurring, the shootings, financial problems, bankruptcies, lawsuits, people with high anxiety. So many people in America especially are on drugs, legal prescriptions, but there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress in this world, and this life can be classified many times as being tough. So today I just want to briefly mention some of the 3 things that you can do and that you can look at to change your life so that you can get through this life at your highest level with joy and happiness. I want to relate a story that I heard more than 40 years ago at a Key Club International Convention in Cleveland, Ohio, by then Representative Guy Vanderjagt. And it was a story that moved me and sort of has been a pattern for my life. It's about a guy named Bill. The 2 guys were graduating from college, and one person observed that Bill had his little bulletin board behind his bed. He had a little 3x5 card entitled just the number 3. And this fellow realized that Bill was the most popular guy on his college campus, that he was in 5 or 6 service organizations, including student government, that he was always kind, compassionate, and caring with whomever he met. He only had good things to say about people. He had a certain confidence, and it was a straight A student. He ran track at the university and became an All-American. But he always smiled, was always kind and compassionate, humble. But you could tell that there was courage and confidence in who he was. So just out of curiosity, after being this guy's roommate for 3 or 4 years, George asked Bill, what is that number 3 about? You have that 3x5 card on here. I've looked at it for 2 or 3 years. It says, I'm number 3. Bill, what does it mean? And Bill replied, it means that God is number 1. The other guy or woman is number 2. And I'm number 3. And then at that moment, George realized why Bill was where he was. Just like I realized when I was a 15-year-old teenager that life is more about others, a relationship to your highest self, to God, than it is about you and your own ego. And that changed my life. And I hope that story helped change your life. But now to the 3 things. As my experience as an estate planning attorney, I learned 3 things from observing and talking to people on their deathbeds, and they all died within the next 36 hours of these conversations, or within that. I said, well, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking about life? Did you learn anything? And surprisingly enough, these 3 people, they all learned the same thing. They learned, number 1, there's nothing to be afraid of in this dimension. Because it's a big universe. And nobody can really hurt you in this universe and in this dimension. Number 2, you actually get what you want in life. Because every decision you make, every choice you make is going to guide your life to where it goes and where it is. So even if you know it or not, you're getting what you want. It may take you 40 more years or 20 years or 50 years to realize that you're actually getting what you want based on your decisions and what you wanted to do with your life. And then it'll be too late, because you'll find out what happened to your life. It's like reading the end of the book and not knowing what's happening in the book. So you get what you want in life. And finally, and most profoundly, everyone said, all three of these people said, hey, I didn't give enough love in my life. I didn't get enough love. I didn't receive. I was unwilling to receive enough love in my life. I didn't articulate it enough. And I didn't really understand the importance of love in my life until right now. And in their case, right now was within the next 3-6 hours of them dying and going and transitioning. Now, I'm going to just say that when you get on that path to love and start understanding that when you're kind, compassionate, that there's also confidence and courage in love and self-love. Love yourself, love others. There's, when you become love and are on that path to love, there's nothing to be afraid of. And use love and the qualities of love, broadly looking at the world, knowing what you want, going with your heart, that you're going to live the life of your dreams, because love will guide you to your highest self, to your greatest joys and happiness, whether it be in your relationships, your job, your hobbies. Love is the way. Dear God, at this moment, I know that love is the way. I am number 3. I love my highest self. I love you, God, and we love you. We love and associate our love for others this moment and give out that positive, loving, compassionate, kind energy. And we give ourselves the self-love, the confidence, the courage, the power to be love, to enhance our lives in every area this moment. We know love is the way. It is the way. This moment, we are one with our highest self, with love. So it is so. Amen. So, ladies and gentlemen, with all the stuff out there happening in the world, go in love, be love. Love is the way.